All right, y'all, I am back for round two. I think we ended at 427 subs. So we've got 73 subs to go. Let me double check that and make sure that's the right number. Pretty sure that's what it was. Oh, 429. So we've got 71 subs to go. Doing pretty good. Alrighty, anybody that wants to hop on panel, the link is in the description. 429. Looking good, looking good. We better have community wall by in the morning. We better have one before the end of the night. Otherwise, y'all might end up hearing me snore. Well, we're not going to be running the race together. We're going to be dreaming the dreams together, sawing logs together. Oh, I think we got some breaking news. Yes, we do. So I am going to hop over here and get on the computer so that we can share this one. So give me just a second. Let me move around a little bit. Yeah, I also had to put on my eyes because I don't usually wear them if I'm just like sitting here looking at the tablet. But since I'm going to be on the computer, I'm going to need my eyeballs, my extra eyes anyway. Okay. Get this stuff plugged in. Find my mouse that the G Baby threw away. There we go. My 1G baby has now become a daddy's baby. It used to be Gigi, Gigi. Now she goes from room to room asking everybody, hey, where daddy at? Where daddy at? I'm like, really? You speak to her. She looks all offended now. Me and her mom are just like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? It's so cute though. Y'all forgive me if I'm heavy breathing. I'm also grandma. So yeah, there's that. My wind is not what it used to be. Let me get joined in, get myself joined in. Come on. At least my computer is moving a little bit faster now since it's had a break. That's a good thing always. Live control room. I am over here working in the background, guys. Just give me a second. Alrighty, got my other self joined. Actually, I need to do this way. So there's a breaking news headline that came through, and that is what I'm trying to get set up to show you guys, to share with you guys. Before I lose it, let me pull it down as a matter of fact. Because sometimes like another headline will come through and it'll knock that one out. So I don't want to knock that headline out. Come on. And I'm going to share a tab. Here we go. Y'all bear with me. I thought of a better way of sharing my screen than I had before. I can run the studio and share the screen and do my audio. I'm working it out, y'all. I'm streamlining the process. 429. We're getting there. Yes, indeed. Okay, I don't need YouTube. I need. I don't know what's wrong with my devices today. It's not the weather. It's definitely not the weather that has like just devices running slow in general, because that's nothing to do with the internet. But they're all like wanting to lag today. My phone, my tablet, my computer, all like, slow down. And I'm like, okay, I don't have a choice. Okay, come on. There we go. Pull up, pull up. Oh yeah, it's worked. Everything is working fine. It's just kind of moving a little slower than like for it to. Chalk that up to me and my impatience. Like right now, I just really want this particular tab to pull up in a hurry. What is Mercury at retrograde? Is that a video game? Okay. Oh, I thought this was a an actual headline. This is, I guess it is an actual headline. It's the Barry Morphew case. So let me go ahead and get it pulled up. I've got a device beeping at me. I can't run Streamlabs just yet. I tried it and it will run, but it runs so extremely, like it drains my computer so badly till I was just like, nah, wait. Streamlabs can be for later. I can't wait to use it though, because I think it's a really cool program. I like the way it's set up and the different things that you can do with it. On CBSNews.com. So, yep, here it is. I guess we got our first headline in the current headlines marathon. So this popped up in my app and it said authorities close to finding missing mom's body, charges against husband dismissed. I should have known then it was actually a Morphew case, but I didn't because I really didn't follow this case very closely. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play this for us so we can just listen to it. Okay, so that headline popped up. I thought it was going to be, hey, Tammy, I thought it was going to be like a new case or something just because it didn't have names in the original headline that I saw. Yeah, I'm not well versed on the Morphew case because I really didn't follow that at all. I don't know. I just never could. It seemed like pretty cut and dried case, but I guess it has more twists and turns than a little bit. I was really just kind of expecting that to be a, okay, he did it, let's arrest him. And I didn't think he'd ever even end up like going to trial. I thought he'd probably like try to plea out or whatever, because to me it just seemed like, screaming, the husband did it. But I guess it's a little more intricate than I thought it was. Again, guys, the link is in the description. If anybody, the join link is in the description. If anybody wants to hop up here, or whenever somebody feels like hopping up here or not hopping up here, either way, sure though. Let me see. Or maybe this is the right me. That's wrong me. This is the right me. There we go. Too many me's in here. I'm confused. So, Cody Bigsby. There's really not there's really not any actual updates on Cody. Like nothing real serious. There was the whole thing about his father's attorney quitting or getting fired, depending on who you ask. But he does have a new attorney now. So let's take a look at that. Because I saw some rumblings in the groups about it. Oh wait, 5 hours ago, attorney for Corey Bigsby filed cease and desist order. Let's see what that's all about. This is new. So this came out today. Let's see if it's got a play option. If not, then I'll just read it out. All right. Attorney for Corey Bigsby filed cease and desist order. This came out today at about 5 p.m. and was updated at about just after 6 p.m. I'm not sure why come on. There we go. Kick in. Kick in. I have to pep talk my devices sometimes. Hampton, Virginia, on Saturday, the new attorney for Corey Bigsby, the father of missing 4-year-old Cody Bigsby, issues a cease and desist order against several Hampton officials. The order, obtained by 10 on Your Side, alleges that Hampton Police Chief Mark Talbot, Mayor Donnie Tuck, and City Attorney Sharon Cordell Ivory have all made statements that are, quote unquote, reckless, dangerous, and create conditions where the Bigsby family could be targeted for more harassment and potentially violence. The cease and desist comes days after Corey Bigsby has obtained Norfolk-based attorney Amina Matheny Willard, days after his previous attorney withdrew as counsel. She demands that Chief Talbot publicly retract his previous statements, ask the community to not harass the Bigsby family, and issue a public apology to the Bigsby family for making statements that put their lives in danger. Oh, okay. Earlier this week, 10 on Your Side obtained documents that showed Matheny Willard had put in a motion for discovery and exculpatory evidence in Bigsby's case. The document stated that Matheny Willard has also ordered law enforcement to provide the information listed below. Any relevant written or recorded statements made by Bigsby to law enforcement. The full name and title of all police officers that participated in the incident in any way. Any and all body-worn camera, dashboard video recordings of police encounters with Bigsby. Bigsby's criminal record. Matheny Willard has forwarded the motion to Hampton Commonwealth's attorney Anton Bell. and is asking for all information and or evidence available from the Hampton Commonwealth Attorney's Office regarding this case. Well, that's new. Oh, we're at 4:30. Yay! All right, gonna open up this PDF here and see if there's any interesting wording in that PDF. Okay, I got a window flashing up here for something, y'all. Hold up. We got some reading to do. We're definitely not going to read all of this because my throat is itchy and it's just not going to allow me to do all of that kind of reading. Give me just 1 second. I want to check on Twitter and see if the stream is showing up on Twitter, because I'm streaming to Facebook. I mean, not to Facebook, but I'm streaming to YouTube and to Twitter. So I'm not sure how it works on Twitter. Like, I don't know if it creates a spaces or something, or I don't know. Let's see. If anyone on here has a Twitter account, if you wouldn't mind, could you go look and see if you can see this stream on Twitter? Because I'm guessing that the way this is set up, I can't see myself on Twitter. Like, I don't see that under like my media and stuff that I've shared either. I just see other stuff that I've shared. I'm not sure how streaming on Twitter works. I don't either. I'm not even sure why that's a thing on Restream. Restream. That's actually why I used it, because I was like, oh, I can stream to Twitter too. New channel. Let's see what else we got up here. 4:30. We are at 4:30, guys. 70 to go. All right, so this is the full cease and desist order filed by Amina Matheny Willard, the attorney and counselor at law for Cody Bigsby. For Corey Bigsby, the father of Cody Bigsby, the missing 4-year-old from Hampton, Virginia. So let's see here. I wish there were a way I could close this window, because I don't want that open. I can't even minimize it. I think, yep, there we go. And here is the people that she sent it to. Demand to cease and desist harassment, jury tampering, and obstruction of justice by a law enforcement officer. Those are some big claims. Yeah, those are some big claims. Reference the Cody Bigsby family. Date of injury, February 25th, 2022 through April 30th, 2022. Oh, so they're giving specific dates. I'm going to write that down. We're going to see if we can track down exactly what she's talking about, because she's talking about something specific that happened since the actual missing report. So I want to know, because I am nosy. Yeah, I'm tired too. I've already started yawning over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go until I can't hold my eyes open anymore, or just before I can't hold them open anymore, to give me time to shut down the stream. And then I'm going to shut down the stream and close my eyes. So I'll probably give it another 2 hours or so. And then maybe I'll just come back tomorrow and start all over again. Either way, I'll be on here until we hit 550. All right. Says police chief Mark Talbot and other officials have engaged in a conspiracy to harass the Bigsby family and to obstruct justice and tamper with a jury in a criminal case. Ooh, that's some serious claims, and she gonna have to bring it whenever this cease and desist order goes to court. In the midst of this tragedy, the intense and emotional search for Cody Bigsby by his family, those that love Cody, in parentheses and italicized, and the community at large, Chief Mark Talbot's accusatory, incendiary, and inflammatory comments have brought additional emotional, psychological, physiological injury to some of Cody Bigsby's family members. Worse, Chief Talbot's actions are clearly designed to publicly imply blame on Mr. Bigsby and his family. The statements are reckless, dangerous, and create conditions where the Bigsby family could be targeted for more harassment and potentially violence. Okay. Oh, wait. She's throwing out some big words and some big accusations over here. She even called it a conspiracy. Chief Mark Talbot and other officials have engaged in a conspiracy to harass the Bigsby family. Then she says those that love Cody, referencing his family, but one of his main family members, which is his aunt, said that it's irrelevant the last time she saw him. I'm going to hush up, though. Let me scroll down. Come on, scroll down. A little more. The chief's comments further attempt to establish a false impression of guilt in the public eye, presumably in order to taint a future jury pool that may one day consider the facts of this case or any future case. But don't the police always refer to someone as a suspect and always say that we believe this person did this and we have evidence to show? I don't think he said anything out of line. I think the only thing in this case that was out of line was the small incident where they denied him an attorney. And if that wasn't severe enough to damage the case, everything else, I'm going to use the auntie's words, is irrelevant. Because I haven't heard him speak out of turn or say anything out of the ordinary for what a police officer or police chief or district attorney or anyone else would say when referencing a suspect in a crime. Federal authorities have set an expectation that jury tampering through false activism, driving hecklers to taint a potential judicial action, potentially constitutes jury tampering. And she cites the case. Federal authorities have set an expectation that jury tampering through false activism, driving hecklers to taint a potential judicial action, potentially constitutes jury tampering. So what's the false activism that she's alleging? And driving hecklers to taint a potential judicial action. So there she's probably saying that as a part of this conspiracy theory, this conspiracy amongst Chief Talbot and the other officials, that they are encouraging people to come to the court hearings as a means of basically intimidating or pressuring potential jurors to see Corey as guilty. The false activism, I guess that could be that same crowd. People in the courtroom under false pretenses. This is interesting. Y'all hear me thinking out loud, right? Y'all hear my gears turning over here. My clients, several members of the Cody Bigsby family, came to Virginia from out of town in an attempt to move items from the Bigsby home. They had engaged in this same activity prior to February 25th, 2022, without incident. However, on February 28th, 2022, several individuals approached these family members and stated, inter alia, the following. I remember this video. Facebook live recording, February 28th, 2022, attached, emphasis added. We out here. We out here. They just left. They just left. Blank. The old house. Now they moving the stuff into the new house on Blank Street. Can y'all just do y'all know where Cody at? Do y'all know where Cody at? Do any of y'all know where Cody at? Where baby Cody? Where's baby Cody? Do y'all know where baby Cody is? This is his dad's family. I'm just gonna play that video because I remember watching that. It was crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna skip through all the stuff that was supposedly said in the video. All right. As a result of this verbal attack, one of the family members had a panic attack, and some members have had to have subsequent treatment for depression/PTSD. Jesus. See, I be trying to be non-biased and keep my opinions to myself and be fair. But my question is, you mean to tell me that these grown folks is around here suffering from depression and PTSD because some people did physically attack them, but simply was yelling at them, questioning them as to the location of their missing small family member, but they're not depressed and post-traumatically stressed out over the fact that this 4-year-old baby is just mysteriously missing. That's not traumatizing. But a bunch of people yelling at you to tell them where this child is traumatizing. So let me search Facebook and see if I can find this video. You got to be kidding me. I'm yawning. I'm about to, in the background, I'm going to be, yeah, that's apparently what the PTSD is. You got to be kidding me. So let me, oh, there's my shortcut. Now my shortcuts are back. Yay. Okay, let's see. Cody, how do I want to phrase this? Bigsby family harassed while moving. Okay, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. And if anybody has like the link to that video, if you know where I can find it. And yeah, you're right. This lawsuit is all about money. So if that's the case, if I can claim PTSD because somebody was yelling at me and get paid from it, I need to hurry up and find me a lawyer. Matter of fact, I don't even need a lawyer. I'm just gonna run down to the courthouse and file several lawsuits first thing Monday morning because I know a few people that have stressed me out by yelling at me over the course of my life, and some of them got a little change. So I feel harassed, depressed, and post-traumatically distressed. Okay, I'm not seeing the video. I'm looking for it though. I remember that video. I remember it clearly. Family harassed on Facebook Live. Oh goodness. I think I found it. Let me see if this is it. Just give me a quick little second here. I'm playing it in the background so I can make sure that's what it is. So I don't want to go pulling up the wrong thing. I know, right? Yep, this is it. So paste and go, and we'll come back to this. I remember this video. Can I claim PTSD and get paid because a clerk was rude to me? Because if that's the case, I was just in the convenience store the other night, and let me tell you a story. Oh,
Stuff in a new spot.
also, trigger warning for language on this one because I remember they do get outrageous with the language on this one at some
Yeah,
points.
we out here. We out here. They just left running lit. The old house, moving the stuff into the new house on Burn Street. Can you just ask, do y'all know what Cody is? Do y'all know what Cody is? Do any of y'all know what Cody is? Where's
This
baby
is so
Cody?
traumatic and stressful.
Where's baby Cody? A whole U-Haul. They moving stuff from the old house to this house. Do y'all know where baby Cody is? This is his dad's family. They don't want to answer no questions. They flicked us off. They talk shit to us. We just want to know where Cody at. We be out here in the cold rain, freezing temperature, looking for their nephew. Their baby. Come on, hop on my live, y'all.
This is what they're
And they
doing.
still got to go back to the old place and get more stuff and bring it back to this new place.
So the
Where's
chief,
baby Cody?
the mayor, and the city attorney have conspired to send this person over here while they're moving to harass them.
That's the one that flicked us off and got in her truck, got in his truck. Y'all need help putting the stuff in the new house? We brought some of the stuff from your missing nephew that y'all don't give a fuck about. Y'all nephew missing, but we out here looking for him and y'all don't give two fucks. 4-year-old just vanished. How? Make it make sense. All of them, the whole family weird. And her right there, she better keep something in her hand because Pootie gonna get her ass.
Oh, now that one right there almost sounded
Stand
like
back, Pootie. Stand back. Stand back. Ain't no it's incessantly. They all fucking weird. How y'all moving something in a fucking 4-year-old miss y'all nephew missing? Y'all a part of it. Y'all a part of his disappearance.
Because they were saying in the groups for a long time that Corey and the sister were messing around. I swear to
They
God.
don't give a fuck about that baby. That sister was walking with us, passing out them flyers so she made sure we don't fucking go in the right fucking direction. And her ass over here now moving shit. But this bitch right here with this blonde on it, this bitch right here, that's the one. That thing, that's the girlfriend. All of them got something to do with his disappearance. All of them. They don't have nothing to say. Nothing. Alone. Where was y'all at when they was being left alone?
She going in. Oh, well, I'm not sure what's going on. Laptop crashed again. I guess that's enough of that. It got too hot for the computer for that one. Lord have mercy. All right, guys, give me a second and I'll get that pulled back up as soon as the computer boots back up. But yeah, I remember that video. And man, if that right there, if that little bit is enough to claim that you're depressed and post-traumatic stress disorder and all this, because this, bro, let me tell you a story. Huh? Because I'm about to be rich in just a couple of weeks. No, I don't think we know anything else about the moving truck. And then there was the thing that day when they had the dog and the dog was hitting, but nothing ever came of that. Yeah, I remember that video too when the dog was alerting on the truck and the girl was like crying and really just losing it, just freaking out because she thought they were about to go in there and pull Cody out of there. Stand back, Pootie, stand back. Okay, I'm not sure. Oh, because I'm trying to do it in the wrong place. Y'all ought to see me over here just touching and tapping the wrong section of the screen, trying to highlight comments. And I'm like, okay, why is the comment not highlighting? Because you're tapping the wrong part of the screen. Genius. Sometimes I just crack myself up, man. Like, especially when I do stuff like that with tech, because I'm actually in IT tech. So, like, but my people that train me, if they were to see me doing some of the weird little slip ups that I do, I could just imagine he'd just be shaking his head like, I thought I taught you better than that. So, okay, we're almost back up and running, guys. I definitely want to finish this. Reopen, close the window, get back in the studio. I tell you what's been helping me though with this cough. I got raw honey. I always keep me a couple of jars of raw local honey on hand somewhere. It's better than cough syrup. It really is. It's better than cough drops. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find that comment. I just saw one that I wanted to highlight. I lost it. Okay, got it back up. Got it back up. Sound back on. Sound back on. Why am I echoing? Why am I echoing? I must have did something wrong. Chrome tab here, share audio, and I should not be echoing. Am I echoing? Am I echoing? No. Okay. No. Okay. Yes. What is going on? What is going on with that? Okay. Echo check. No echo. Echo check. Echo check. Oh, Duh, I'm sharing the wrong tab. Okay. Chrome tab. Facebook Watch. I told y'all I'm so
Y'all a part of
I
his
am rolling on the floor
disappearance.
myself over here.
They don't give a fuck about that baby. That sister was walking with us, passing out them flyers so she made sure we don't fucking go in the right fucking direction. And her ass over here now moving shit. But this bitch right here with this blonde pony, this bitch right here, I think that's the one. I think that's the friend. All of them got something to do with his disappearance. All of them. They don't have nothing to say. Nothing. Alone. Where was your when they was being left alone? My God, brother, mercy. Call the law. That's the only way we gonna leave. Call the motherfucking police, and I don't think I with them no more. Look at them. We doing this. Y'all nephew doing shit but smelling. Her right there. Her. Yeah. 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 Blonde head bitch. Then they even got this old lady out here. Ain't no telling who she is. Lord forgive me.
Look, she talking about they got this old lady out here, but look how she's acting in front of this old lady.
Nothing was here when Cody went missing, or they was all a part of it. We don't mean no disrespect to our elders. We just want to know what Cody is. We just want to know what Cody is. We respect ours.
Except you're disrespecting
oh, her right
them.
there. Most definitely her. What's your name? I'ma sick my dog on you. He gonna be moving again. Y'all ain't gonna last long around here. Y'all ain't gonna last long around here. Huh? All they ate. They know where he at. They know where he either dead or at somebody's fucking house. Where he at, auntie? You said he was alive.
All right, that's enough for me. That's definitely enough for me. Point taken. Point taken. Let's get back to the PDF because that's crazy. Like you sitting there talking about you respect your elders, blah blah blah, but then the next breath you're like cussing and screaming and calling the B word and F this and in front of the elder. Come on, man. You can't have it both ways, one way or the other one. One way or the other. Okay, so let's get back down here. Yeah, I couldn't take no more of that. Okay. So, as a result of that, one of the family members had a panic attack, and some members have had to have subsequent treatment for depression slash PTSD. This incident took place after capitalized, bolded, and highlighted and underscored. Chief of Police Mark Talbot made the following statements on February 25th, 2022. Lead in. He, Talbot, says the main roadblock in the investigation boils down to one thing. Gonna have to get myself some honey in a second. Talbot, the conscious choices of adults to not tell us things. Lead in. For community search teams asking for more direction on where to search, Talbot says that's up to the people that loved Cody. Talbot, I could give you more direction if the people who said they love Cody Bigsby, gave us more direction. Okay, so these are the words of the conspiracy theory, y'all. Give me a second. I need to get some honey in me because my throat is really killing me right now. Hold on. Yeah, my little G babies, they're gonna have to stop bringing me all their little baby germs. All right. Where was I at? The above statements from a public safety officer slash chief of police were reckless, careless, and created a dangerous and possibly life-threatening situation for Cody's family members. The above statements insinuate that the quote people that loved Cody unquote have something to do with his disappearance and that they are culpable. Making these statements to a community that is deeply vested in locating Cody is tantamount to sending out a lynch mob to attack my clients. The quote people that loved Cody, unquote, these statements at best were the city slash police department's efforts to deflect responsibility from themselves since they have been unable to locate Cody after he has been missing going on 3 months. And at worst, they fly in the face of public safety by creating a foreseeable life threatening situation for the people that loved Cody. So here's the thing, right? I feel like this lawyer is taking something that common sense says is one thing, and she's taking it out of context to make it to twist it and making it mean something else. Because here's the thing: most of the time, when we're speaking about a specific person, but we don't really want to say that specific person, then we tend to use the plural tense. Like he was more than likely speaking specifically about Corey Bigsby as being the person who says that they love Cody, but who isn't being very forthcoming. But instead of him saying the person that loves Cody, he said the people, because a lot of times we'll speak in general, we'll say they or them or whatever, but we're actually only speaking about one person. So she's twisting this out of context for one thing. And even if he was speaking about the whole family, the truth is we saw for ourselves that the family is not being very cooperative. The aunt wouldn't even answer a simple question like, when is the last time you saw Cody? That's irrelevant. Except it's not irrelevant. If you saw him last week, yesterday, 3 months ago, even if you haven't seen him in 3 months, you know what I'm saying, actually laid eyes on him, you don't even live in the same town. So you can't be expected to see him every day. But if you're going to deflect a simple question like that, then of course it's going to make you look guilty. And so I think this whole conspiracy theory line of crap on this cease and desist order is really born out of a guilty conscience on the part of the people bringing the action, the cease and desist action. They say a stuck pig will holler. Okay, let me go up a little bit. Y'all gotta excuse my country turns already by some old country people. All right, we demand that Mark Talbot, chief of police, publicly retract his statements as publicly as he made them. Cease and desist making public comments that could obstruct justice or tamper with a future jury pool. Ask the community not to harass/threaten the Bixby family, and issue a public apology to the Bixby family for making statements that put their lives in danger. The simple fact that you would ask this man to retract anything that he said when he really hasn't said anything out of the way shows that you have the wrong mentality and the wrong mindset to come at this case. Because even as this family's attorney, she is his attorney, so I guess she got to do what she got to do to represent her client. But the man hasn't really said anything. It ain't like he told people to go out and beat the people up or stalk their house or whatever. I mean, they're essentially doing the same thing that happened in the Brian Laundrie case. I mean, those people were essentially camped out on the Laundrie family's front lawn, and nobody sent them there. Because I'm gonna be real with you. If the shoe was on the other foot and it was my sibling that was sitting in jail with one of my nieces or nephews missing and they ain't saying nothing, I'd be screaming. I'd be the first one screaming at my sibling, bro, where this baby at? You can rot in the pit for all I care, but where this baby at? Because this baby is innocent. But then again, I'm a whole different breed of person, so. He said, "This seems weird to stop, though. Maybe look in a different area." Oh, stopping the search? Yeah, I kind of feel like they had a reason to stop the search. Like, I have felt from the very beginning that Chief Talbot has been telling us things without exactly saying it, but if you were paying attention, it was easy to read between the lines. Like, even before it was officially said that they presume Corey to be deceased, he had basically told us that in not so many words. So for them to stop the search kind of actually go, because if you think about it, it really wasn't the police searching. After they did their initial like searches or whatever, it hasn't been them searching. It's been volunteers searching. But the police aren't even really guiding the volunteers in the searches, because the volunteers have been making comments about that in the groups, that they don't feel like the police are giving them enough direction and enough guidance on where to search. They're just going places searching because to them it makes sense to go to these places. So what that tells me is that the police don't think that Cody is going to be found by searching these places. Or they think there's a very small likelihood, like, okay, let them search because there's a small chance that we could be wrong and they might find him out there. But for the most part, I think law enforcement has a very good idea that Cody is not around that area. That he said whatever happened to him, he's not going to be found out there somewhere. I'm thinking maybe they're thinking like a storage facility or something like that, because he was specific that he thinks Cody is in the area. Now, when he says the area, I believe he meant Hampton, the Hampton area. So I don't know. I could be wrong. All right, timeline. Hampton Police Department's demonstrated lack of concern for Cody Bigsby. Majority of content of timeline provided by Mahogany via Jafari Jones, BLM 757. January 31st, Cody is reported missing. January 31st to April 30th, Hampton Police Department never petitioned state police for an Amber Alert. Okay, can't use that against them. There was no criteria met for an Amber Alert. They don't have a suspect vehicle. If he was abducted, and they have the person that they think is responsible in custody. So yeah, Amber Alert. And January 31st to February 4th, Hampton Police set up command station Okay, how about now? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? This is ridiculous. All right, testing, testing. Looks like everything's working. Tell me if you can hear me. That they gave on Cody would have come from. Well, I'm not sure why I'm going in and out because I haven't touched a thing. I swear to God, I haven't touched a thing. Like dead serious, I've touched nothing. I didn't mute anything. 433. Yay. I think what we're gonna do tonight, guys, if we can get to four know what? I just figured out what the problem is. Yeah, I'm gonna need a new headset. So give me just 1 second, guys. I figured out what the problem is, why it's going in and out. All right, guys, I figured out what the problem is. I'm gonna have to go and do a little doctoring on my headset tomorrow. Okay, you guys, can everybody hear me now? Like you can hear me? Please put a 1 in the chat so that I know that you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, so I have apparently my cord is frayed on that headset. So tomorrow I will go in there. Look at Frank, always up to his antics. So tomorrow I'll go in there and I'll take care of that so that I can use that headset. I want to go ahead and get done with this, and then after that I have an interesting story about a Texas attorney who has ties to 5 dead men. So we're gonna hurry up and get through with Corey and his attorney's shenanigans. But yeah, there's nothing uncommon about police issuing a bolo or putting their suspect's face on the flyer. And then as far as code, all right, February 3rd also, Hampton Police bolo flyer, quote, creates confusion and hysteria among the community. I don't think it created any confusion at all. I think it was all perfectly clear. Whatever happened to Cody, they believe Corey did it. They believe Corey has intimate knowledge of what happened to Cody and where he is right now. February 4th, Hampton Police disband command station in less than a week. Well, no need to keeping it up. If you know the boy isn't out there, you're not going to find him there. They had already by this time collected a ton of evidence out of the apartment. I believe that by this time, the search on the U-Haul truck had been done. So what would have been the point of them keeping that command center out there? None at all. All right, February 9th, Hampton City Council meeting. And as a matter of fact, February 4th, I believe, is when Corey Bigsby was officially arrested. I'll go back and double check that. But it was either the 4th. Yeah, it was the 4th because he was there like 3 days or whatever. He was saying he was there like 3 days at the police station, and that's around the time frame that the sister came up there with the attorney and they wouldn't let the attorney in, blah, blah, blah. So February 4th is also the day that he was officially arrested, which happens to be the same day that they disbanded the command station. There was no need to keep the command station because if they arrested him, then they obviously had enough information to believe that they weren't going to find Cody out there. There's a reason they arrested him. There's a reason they wouldn't let him leave that police station. February 9th, Hampton City council meeting, Chief Talbot flagrantly disregarded concerns from the citizenry he is entrusted with serving and called the search efforts by BLM 757 a sideshow. I actually cannot disagree with him. The other community volunteers who were out there, but we saw how BLM 757 acted at the town hall. We saw the antics that were going on with BLM 757 in some of the live streams that they made. I personally watched a live stream with Jafari from the BLM 757 and Rhoda Young Live, where they put Cody's name in the title and said that they had some important updates, some new information that was supposed to come out, and then the whole thing was a promo for some bodybuilding or fitness training that Jafari had going. It had absolutely nothing to do with Cody. Nothing. Zip, zero, zilch. So yes, in a lot of times, BLM 757 has made a sideshow of Cody's case. All right, on February 12th, that's when that jacket was found by a community search team in a field in the complex where Cody lived. Hampton police took 3 hours to arrive and collect the jacket. Hampton police have yet to inform the community as to whether or not the jacket belonged to Cody. All right, so the fact that they took 3 hours to arrive, that kind of irked me as well, because I feel like with the case being such a high profile case, they should have immediately, even if they couldn't get someone out there immediately who could actually collect the evidence, they could have sent a patrolman out there to secure the area where the evidence was found. So that part, I'm actually going to have to side with them on. But the fact that they haven't informed the community yet is not required that they inform the community about the status or importance or irrelevance of any information or evidence that they collect. They have to protect the integrity of the investigation, so they can't come out and tell every single thing. February 23rd, and the fact that they haven't said anything leads me to maybe think that it could possibly be associated, that jacket could possibly be associated with Cody. Because if it wasn't, then it seems like they would have already come out and said, yeah, we eliminated this jacket from the case or whatever. But then again, I mean, you never know. You never know how law enforcement is trying to play their hand on this. They could be holding back. Maybe they know the jacket doesn't belong to Cody, but they're not going to say that because they're trying to use that as like mental pressure on whoever they think may also be involved, to see if they make a move based on thinking, oh God, they found Cody's jacket, I need to do this, that, or the other thing. So you never know how they're trying to play this out. February 23rd, bones found by a community search team, and Hampton police claimed the bones were animal bones without taking any evidence for testing. Okay, and in many cases, it is not hard to tell the difference in bones. There are some that can be mistaken very easily, but familiar with, like people who have some medical knowledge, or even just the average person who, you know, really looks at stuff common sense. And dying wish. Oh my God. But sometimes you can just look at a bone and tell that it's not human, so that's not really a big deal. Additional bones found by community search team and Hampton police didn't even bother to come out and investigate. And I don't believe that's true, because I seem to recall them coming out and collecting those bones, that those bones were found by the water team, as a matter of fact. And then there were bones that were found by the chick that has the dog that goes out and searches with her, because she actually
police, and the FBI. And Chief Talbot called a community leader a liar and delusional, extremely unprofessional and unbecoming of an officer. Except when it's the truth. If he's a liar and he's acting or speaking in a manner that says I'm delusional, I mean, gotta call a spade a spade. January 31st to April 30th, Hampton Police Department never petitioned state police for an Amber Alert, and we've already discussed that. That was actually, wasn't that like the first thing that they put up here? So I ain't even gonna comment on how this attorney is not paying attention to the details of her own cease and desist petition. All right, the fact that our law firm has to address this issue in the midst of the tragic disappearance of Cody Bigsby is deeply, deeply concerning. We expect our leaders to have foresight and be able to anticipate the foreseeable consequences of their public statements and actions, particularly when Chief Talbot's job is to seek justice, not pervert it. The chief simply can't scapegoat an innocent family or an innocent father to cover up his inaction or dilatory conduct. Oh, if you don't quit, lady. Chief Talbot's comments and his dilatory course of conduct in any legitimate investigation to find Cody constitute a pattern of conduct that could violate Virginia Code 18.2-460. Chief Talbot's comments effectively took the focus off of finding Cody and were designed to divert public rage away from his failures and onto the people that loved Cody. Please accept this as notice pursuant to Virginia Code 15-2-209, former Virginia Code 8.01-222, given Chief Talbot's incendiary and potentially illegal conduct, be noticed that the city and the department will be held liable for harm that has come to the Bigsby family and any future harm that may come as a result of the chief's efforts to deflect from his own failures and or corruption. Oh Lord, they throwing corruption in. May I make the strong suggestion that the city police focus on finding Cody Bigsby instead of scapegoating the people who love him. You know, I just never thought that using sarcasm in a legal brief, like all jokes aside, just being dead serious, the whole while I'm reading this, I'm sitting here and I can just see her with her head rolling, snapping her fingers and popping her neck. And I would not want this person representing me under any circumstances. I wouldn't care if it was just a jaywalking ticket. I wouldn't want her representing me. That's crazy, man. Like just because you can go to school and earn a degree does not mean that you should necessarily work in that field. So guys, my throat is hurting and I feel another cough and spate coming on. So what I'm going to do is I am going to end the live for tonight. Let me get a count and see where we're at. We are at 432, which is probably actually the 433 because sometimes it shows up a little behind. So we're at 432. We will pick this up tomorrow, and I will go as long as I can tomorrow, but I'm going to have to give my throat a rest. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. Thank you for let's see, I think I started the stream with 390, so we've gotten 42 subs. Thank you for the 42 new subs. Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad to have you here. I think you're going to enjoy the atmosphere, the community, and the cases that we cover and the way that we cover them. I'm glad you all got a chance to meet Frank. Frank is so wonderful and amazing, and he helps to keep the atmosphere light with all this heavy stuff that we cover, because it is not easy to sit here and talk about or to hear about all these horrible things that people do to other people, especially when they're doing it to young children or elderly or handicapped or disabled people. it's a tough pill to swallow. And when you sit here, and I know that us true crime junkies, we will sit here and absorb this stuff all day, every day if we can. And so I'm really grateful to Frank that he is in my chat, that he's in Sleuth Mom's chat, that he can give us a reason to laugh, to smile, and to like not be so heavy-hearted in the midst of covering all these cases and listening to this information, because that stuff can get really heavy on you. So thank you, Frank, for that. Sleuth Mom, thank you just for being a good friend, for hanging out, for being supportive, for bringing in all these new subs to me, for really sharing my channel. And I am so happy for your success. And I 100% agree with you that I will take slow growth with integrity over leaps and bounds with drama any day. I love the way that our community is growing and the way that our followers and our subs are slowly growing our channels respectively. All right, guys, I will see y'all tomorrow. I will shoot for the 4 p.m. again to get started. Actually, yeah, I'm going to shoot for 4 p.m. We're going to try to do 4 to 7, and then again after Sleuth Moms live like we did today. So I think that that's a good way to run it tomorrow. I'll see y'all then. Bye. Good night.